Hello everyone, my name is Andy, and this is a quick review of the 25-foot pedal python cable snake wrap. So a while ago, I started building this board after I received my Revv Generator 120 Mark III, and one thing I knew I wanted was this hub that happens to be from American Loopers, none of this is sponsored, which has guitar in, out to the front of the amp, send in return for the effects loop, and I was able to add a 5-pin MIDI connection for the Revv foot switch. But I was like, holy mackerel, that's a lot of cables. Enter the pedal python. So here's what I think. The concept of the product is awesome. I am a big fan of how now I essentially have more or less 2 cables out to the stage, right, if you will. So, guitar cable, and then from my pedal board, including, oh, I'm sorry, and we do have power here, so it's 6 cables total. That's all going to the back of the amp. Let me just pause real quick and I will move this. So the Python goes to here, and then we've got out to the front of the head, and then what do we got here? Yep, the foot switch, send and return, and then power. Oh, power's coming up off over here, and then that's where the amp is powered as well. And then obviously you've got, power from the amp. There's a lighting cable to this cabinet, and then the speaker cable. But I will say that while it definitely simplifies my situation, it took me a little more than, it definitely took me more than 15 minutes to install. I highly recommend that you take your time with it, especially when it comes to feeding the cables, because once you get so far, they do recommend, especially with like a bigger cable like the power, or rather the 3-prong power cable that goes into the power strip, that you lead with that. Don't have it all in the same spot as all the other cables, primarily because of the spacing for the pedal python as you feed cable through. Probably makes sense. I probably should have offset it just a little bit and not as much as I did, because this is kind of uneven now on both ends, which it's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, this whole thing is a heck of a lot neater than what I had before, which was 5 cables going from here to here strewn about on the floor. So definitely a product I'd recommend. Probably give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. One of the other things I recommend is the, what do they call it, like a hot knife, in lieu of just using a lighter to kind of, what's the word, cauterize the ends for unweaving. Definitely, if you can get something like that, do it, because I've had a little trouble regarding that. But this is my just quick thought process and review of the pedal python. Again, it is definitely a convenient thing, and because I've got all this now plugged into a power strip, amp can come on, and because everything's powered, board can come on. And again, it's all going to one place, which is pretty great. Obviously the guitar cable coming off it otherwise. But yeah, I don't know, probably call it like 4 out of 5 stars. If I get another one for another setup, I'm definitely gonna request help from a friend and see if we can get these cables going through a little smoother. But even if they're a little bit wonked, like obviously you can see kind of the different texture here. Obviously there's some twists and stuff, but it doesn't make it really any harder to wrap up, which I'll show you in a second here. And here it is all wrapped up. You just got to be a little patient with it, because now, of course, you're wrapping, 5 or 6 cables at the same time. So just be patient as you do it. Let it flex. Let it kind of do its thing so you can get a nice, solid wrap there. But it does come with this big old, Velcro tie that says pedal python on it. So I guess my recommendations would be, take your time. If it doesn't install in 15 minutes, that's okay. Take your time, do it right. What does it, measure twice, cut once? And honestly, maybe measure 3 times, and understand that with more cables means this is going to get shorter. So obviously it's not going to be exactly 25 feet, which is okay because you need your cables to hang out. but I think I ended up cutting off a little more than I wanted, but that's okay. I'm still very happy with this product, and I definitely will buy it again if I have another setup like this. Again, primarily in the realm of what really, makes it shine is the fact that, I've got the big hub there and I'm using the effects loop. I've got another amp setup that's just into the front of the amp, which is just one cable into the guitar and then two out from the board, power and a guitar cable. So this is an ideal piece of kit for a big setup like this. So hey, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I do pedal demos and other gear demos and just kind of hang out and test stuff. So have a great day. Bye bye.